A special update from Forecast Lab. We have a major weather system off the British Isles. England, Scotland located here, Ireland, France, and Spain. Off to the west, there it is. A large developing weather system. Cold front about like that, warm front, and then the occluded front going back to the low pressure area. There's the surface map for about 1 or 2 hours ago. Triple point located right there, and we're expecting considerable development of this system as it moves through Ireland and central England. There's the 6-hour GFS panel. This is going to be valid around the time most of you are watching this program. So there's the cold front, a squall line along that. Of course, it's not really going to be thunderstorms. It's going to be heavy showers. And then the warm front extending out towards Plymouth, Cornwall, and so on. What we're really going to be concerned with is this barotropic low. This is an occluded low. It's cut off from the warm sector, but that's going to be sweeping eastward, and you can see what happens overnight, driving a strong pressure gradient into southern Ireland, southern Wales, and into central England. A great place to monitor that is going to be Aviation Weather Center under observations and METARs, and it'll give you this map here. This is based off of METAR. There's no coverage of synoptic stations, but this will give you pretty much enough data to see what's going on hour by hour. And down at the bottom, we can put in various stations. The current TAF for Bristol, located right here, quite ominous. We can see those winds coming up substantially, heavy rains overnight, and then by tomorrow morning, 50 gusting to 70 knots. So that's going to be in the ballpark of 80 mile-an-hour gusts. And in the wake, snow showers. London Heathrow Airport expecting winds out of the southwest, 45 gusting to 60 knots. London, located well inland. Let's go back out here, looking at Cardiff and southern Wales. Also expecting gusts up to 70. Birmingham, located a little further north, expecting gusts up to 60. A good place to look at the peak wind gusts is on wxcharts.com. And there it is, wxcharts.com. And you can go into the configuration up here at the top left, and you can switch that over to your favorite format, kilometers per hour, miles an hour, and so on. I prefer to look at knots. A lot of our audience is US-based, so we'll just kind of stick to that for now. But what we see here is lots of gray in the coastal areas and in far southwestern England. And that's going to be gusts from 60 to 80 knots. And inland, expecting widespread 40 to 60 knots. So there certainly will be some damage associated with that. And also very notable is the track going through the English Channel and into the North Sea. So there's going to be some heavy impacts from Belgium up to the Netherlands. And there is the potential to see widespread 60 to 80 knot winds. Likewise, we can use the European model. Right there on that frame, gusts up to 100 knots off the southwestern coast of Ireland. That's going to be about 7 hours from now, 6Z overnight, close to dawn in the British Isles. And the wind field around England itself, very similar to the GFS. And you can see this other gradient right here up in Scotland, that makes its way down towards the North Sea. And that could have some major impacts. The European model bringing gusts close to 100 knots. Now, of course, that will move inland. Looks like some extensive high winds through northern Germany and into Poland overnight tomorrow night. So, yeah, that's quite a potent storm, and we can't forget these other little pulses coming inland. It's definitely a stormy time there. Wow, look at that. Heavy winds, 50 to 60 knots over the weekend. on the Irish coast. Of course, if you're in the UK, the Met Office, that's the place to go for your warnings. Red wind warnings for the Bristol Channel right there. It is noteworthy with the European model, the precipitation on the backside going mostly for ice pellets, affecting mostly Ireland and the northern half of Great Britain, some snow up there in Scotland. The GFS, though, overwhelmingly going for snow. And that's a pretty significant difference, probably due to the variation in the microphysics packages. I know that we see the same kind of thing here in the United States. European and GFS don't often agree on mixed phase regimes. So I'm kind of curious to see how the models do compared to the actual data. I'll take a look at that tonight into tomorrow. Meanwhile, the southeastern U.S. having problems of its own. Tornado watches across Alabama and Mississippi. The storm reports indicating mostly wind, one little speck of tornadoes so far, and admittedly I have not really kept up on the event because I'm pretty busy with some other stuff, but we'll check it out tomorrow in case anything significant has touched down. Thanks for checking in, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.